coming to you from the darkest corner of the woods, where the trails are unmarked, and the trees are all tall and dead. Settled comfortably. Here in my small decrepit cabin only lit by a small fireplace, I bring to you, across the airwaves, tales from the Eerie Road. I'm Arthur Ring, and it's a cold, chilly night tonight, but it is about to get a lot chillier. We are taking calls about creepy, eerie, scary experiences about being in the woods. Maybe you went out camping, hiking, or hunting, and came across something unexplainable. Maybe you came into contact with someone who just gave you the chills. We want to hear from you this evening. Alright, we have a creepy story from a listener. Let's meet our caller. What's your name?
Hello, my name is Emily.
Hi Emily, thanks for joining us. Can you share your story with us?
Sure, it was in the summer around dusk, and I was camping at a remote campground with my dad. There was a lake right next to the grounds, and my dad and I would trailblaze through the forest right next to the lake because if you went far enough, there was a really pretty waterfall. A few strange things happened on this hike. We found a stash pile that had a little kid's shoe on top. When we came to a small clearing, my dad had to take a leap to he faced one side of the clearing and I faced the other and we both clearly heard a child say, "I'm over here." My dad thought it was me, and when he realized it wasn't, we spent half an hour looking for someone, but we found nobody. After that, we gave up on going to the waterfall and started to make our way back to camp, but there were clear sounds of something following us, twigs snapping, bushes shaking. We haven't been camping there since.
Wow, that's a truly creepy experience, Emily. As a radio host, I've heard a lot of scary stories, but that one definitely made me shiver. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. Let's go straight to the next caller. Hello, thanks for calling in. What's your name?
My name is Mike.
Thank you, Mike. Can you tell us a creepy experience you had?
Yeah, I was in the woods with 3 friends one night. And a friend's house was nearby and I was getting hungry so I went inside to find some food. One of my friends, Kevin, came inside with me, and my other 2 friends were still outside.
I can understand that. Who hasn't gone for a mid-hike snack?
I know, right. So, later on, one of my 2 friends who were outside comes in and sees Kevin on the couch next to me. They panic and immediately run back outside. So, I poke my head out the door asking what's going on, only to hear them yell, towards the woods, as loudly as they can, "That's not Kevin."
Wait, what? Was Kevin with you the whole time?
Yes, he was inside with me the whole time. So, everyone gets inside and calms down a bit, and the story comes out. They thought Kevin, who was indoors with me, had been outside with them this entire time. Why? Because in the darkness of the woods they saw a silhouette about the same height walking alongside them silently, then at some point it ran away and they were chasing it thinking Kevin was running off for some reason. The reason my friend yelled, "That's not Kevin," was to stop the last outdoor friend from chasing whoever was out there deeper into the woods.
That's pretty odd. Did you ever figure out who the person was?
We still have no idea who that was or why they didn't ever speak. It was definitely a strange and eerie experience.
We are getting some real spooky calls tonight. Let's keep them coming. Welcome to the show. What's your name?
Hi, my name is Brian.
Nice to have you on the show, Brian. What's your story?
My girlfriend and I were on a trip to explore some new terrain and ended up driving down an old dirt road that ran beside a lake on one side with mountains on the other. We were looking to find a new place to hike, so we left the car and went on foot. After a while, the dirt road became a trail that was swallowed by the forest, and we were on our way back when the sun began to set. We came to a fork in the path that we hadn't noticed on the other end, and neither of us knew which direction to go. So, I just chose a random path, hoping that it would lead back to the main road. As we rounded a curve, we saw a man dragging a big duffel bag off the trail, into the woods. He stopped and froze when the headlights hit him, and we were stuck on the road for a long time, trying to get past him. We were both terrified, and didn't say a word until we were well past him. We finally arrived at the end of the road, only to discover that the forest had swallowed it up again, and we had to turn around and drive past him with the human-sized duffel bag once more. We eventually found our way back to the main road, but we're both shaken and couldn't stop thinking about what we'd seen.
Thanks, Brian. That certainly was an eerie tale. These stories are the reason I always take my 1911 with me anytime I go out into the woods. I think we have time for one last caller. Welcome to the show. Can you please tell us your name?
My name is Ben.
Thanks for calling in, Ben. We'd love to hear about your strange hiking experience in the woods. Can you tell us what happened?
Sure, I go hiking often in the woods around my town. On one particular hike, I stayed out later than usual and ended up seeing the sun rise. That's when I stumbled upon this strange sight, a small shanty town deep in the woods. The strangest part was that the place was completely empty.
Empty as in no one was there.
Exactly. There were a few small shanties made of scrap metal and bed sheets, along with a small fire pit made of an old tire. The fire was still burning, but there was no sign of anyone else. It was like they'd suddenly vanished, leaving their possessions behind.
That definitely sounds eerie. Did you ever figure out what happened?
Sadly, I didn't. I didn't stick around for long after that. It was too strange and I wanted to get out of there as soon as I could. But it's definitely something I'll never forget.
Alright, well, that wraps up tonight's Tales from the Eerie Road. Join us for the next broadcast.